Hi guys, Kelly Hamilton Group over at Redmond Realty, also Kelly Hamilton of Motto Mortgage One. So I'm one person, two hats, two roles. I am able to do all of the things, mortgage related and or real estate related. However, to protect the consumer, I will not do the same roles. I will not provide both roles in the same transaction. We do keep those separate, but we will take the knowledge and we will definitely apply it into the other role. So if I'm helping you out buying or selling a house, I'm going to have that mortgage knowledge of what's really going on and how that's affecting the market, more so than another agent might. Anyway, here nor there, we're here to talk about creative financing and how we can, in today's market in October of 2022, where interest rates are a little bit higher than we want them to be, what can we do to get those rates down to keep that payment more affordable for you? So the big one right now that we're seeing is called a 2-1 buy down. What is that? So a 2-1 buy down is effectively the seller making a contribution to you as a buyer to help you lower your interest rate for the first 2 years. And what that looks like is for year number 1, this is where the 2 comes in, the seller would contribute enough money for you to have a lower interest rate by 2 points. So let's say you're 7.5 because that's what your lender's providing you, and we're looking at a 2-1. So that 7.5 for the first year with a 2-1 buy down is going to be 5.5. That's the 2. Then the following year, so year number 2, it's going to be reduced by 1%. So that 7.5 is going to be 6.5 interest rate. So then at the end of that second year, you do jump up to that 7.5. So you will need to qualify for the original interest rate, the fully amortized interest rate. However, probably never going to make it there. So let's give an example. Seller's got a house listed. We're going to make up a number, $200,000, right? He's considering doing a price drop because he's been on the market 30, 45 days, whatever that might be. So instead of him doing that price drop, he maintains this. So we come in, we know it's been there. We could do some negotiations. We know there's probably $10,000 worth of wiggle room in there to get to the closing table. So we make an offer at full list price, but we ask them to, instead of doing a price reduction, contribute $10,000 to our 2-1 buy down. So then they take that $10,000, effectively buy down that interest rate, which reduces your payment. 2% for the first year, 1% for the second year, and then at the end of the third year, you go up. However, what's most likely going to happen is within that 2 years, you're going to have the opportunity to refinance. So according to Realtor.com, you guys all probably saw it, was released out, we anticipate rates to be in the mid-5s by June. So this is a perfect situation where we buy now at 7.5, you do a 2-1 buy down, you pay 5.5 interest rates from now till that refinance option comes available to you, right? And then you refinance out at 5.5%. Awesome. So you just maintain that 5.5% all the way through in this scenario. Now, these are all hypotheticals, making some assumptions, so on and so forth. But that's how a 2-1 buy down works. The seller pays the interest rate prepaid for the first 2 years, 2% on the first year, 1% on the second. So your payment is 5.5% interest rate, then 6.5% interest rate. And if you never refinance, you do end up at the 7.5 at the end of it. So that's a 2-1 buy down. That's one of the creative ways that we can definitely get you into a home, keeping your payments a little bit lower than they would be.